the Otsego District Library is at Bob's True Value, and this how-to video is going to be for all of you DIY painters. I am so excited for our how-to video today. We're here with Janie from Bob's True Value, and she's going to help us learn how to paint a wall correctly. So I'm going to turn it over to Janie.
All right, thank you, Diane. One of the big questions we get here in the paint department is, how do I paint a wall so that it looks good? Well, there's a few very simple steps that you have to follow. The first thing you need to do when you're painting your wall is to make sure that your wall is clean. You want to clean it with something like this, or plain water and a sponge, because you don't want to paint the dust, you don't want to paint the cobwebs, you don't want to paint over any stains. So after you've cleaned the wall, the next thing you have to decide is if there are any holes in the wall from old nails, from pictures hanging up or something, and we've got some spackling that you just put in, let it dry, then you can paint over it. So now your wall is clean, it doesn't have any holes in it, and you want to know, do I have to prime it? Do I really have to prime it? A lot of the paints today have primer already built into them, but there are some times when you really do need to prime. If you're painting a lighter color over a darker color, if you're painting brand new drywall because it just slurps the paint right up, if you're painting plastic or metal like on a door, or if the walls happen to be stained like from water damage or previous smokers in the house or a crazy food fight in the kitchen, you're going to want to use a primer. The primer will stick to the wall and then your paint will stick to the primer. So now you have a clean white space to paint in, and here comes the fun part, picking your color. Most popular colors right now are grays. If you don't like gray, that's perfectly fine. You can pick whatever color you want, and you have to think about what the room is going to be used for. Dark colors make the room look small and cozy. Bright colors make it look larger and airier. Lost my train of thought. So pick a color that you like, that goes with your furniture, that goes with your rugs, something that makes you happy, that you want to spend a lot of time in. And we've got lots and lots of colors to pick from. But if in all the hundreds of color samples you don't see something that you like, we can also do color matching. You can bring in a favorite pillow, a favorite towel, a favorite piece of clothing, and we can do a color match, and so you'll have the perfect color for your wall. Once you've picked out the perfect color, then you have to pick out the sheen that you want, and sheen is just the shininess of it. The flatter the sheen, the less imperfections show, but it's really, really hard to clean. So going up and down the wall of the wall of a stairway, you're not going to want a flat sheen, because people will run their hands up and down and you'll have finger marks going all up and down the wall. In a kitchen, you're going to want to go more towards a semi-gloss because it's easier to clean all of that up. So just think flatter, less imperfections, harder to clean. The shinier it is, the more light bounce back you're going to have. You're going to see any imperfections that are left in your wall, but it's easier to clean. So you've got your sheen picked out, you've got your color picked out. You're still not 100% sure this is exactly what you want. You can get a sample. We can mix up a sample. You'll take it home, paint it on a piece of cardboard or an old piece of drywall, and actually put it in the room that you're going to be using it in. And that way you can see how it reacts with the light in your home. Here at the store, we've got fluorescent lights. They're far away. Your home, you might have incandescent lights, you might have LEDs, you might have a lot of natural light coming in from your windows, and all of that is going to affect how the color looks in that space. I bought a carpet. I thought it was light green. In the evening, it turns beige, because I didn't bring home a sample to find out how it reacted with the light in my living room. So you can get a sample and then put it up, and then you'll have the perfect color. You'll know exactly what you want. Now the fun part, putting it on the wall. Again, you have to think about the roughness of your wall or the smoothness of your wall. First, you're going to want to use a paintbrush to cut it in, and that just means painting around the edges so that you're rolling into a wetter area so that there's no demarcation with the lines. And then the flatter your wall, the flatter your brush. This would be for a really, really flat wall or cabinets. This one would be for something that might have that popcorn texture to it. So think flat wall, flat roller, bumpy wall, bumpy roller, kind of in between. A nice 1/4 inch roller is just what you need. And you're gonna wanna tape around your windows and your trim so that cleanup is easy and you have nice sharp lines between your trim paint and your color, the color that's on the walls. And if you follow those steps, that's basically how you get a nice, good paint job on your walls. If you decide you don't want to do it yourself, we also do have the cards for local painters that will do it for you.
Thank you so much, Janie. I learned a lot today, and I'm excited to use some of these tips when I'm doing my painting at home. And I love to come here and get help when I'm doing my painting projects, and I know you guys will too. So thank you once again to Bob's True Value and to Janie for providing us with this wonderful how-to video.
Well, thank you.